Hey everybody, Chad from Turner's Warehouse, and today I wanted to talk about why you would use a pressure pot versus a vacuum system. We get asked this question a lot. Hey, can I do all my casting in my vacuum chamber or vice versa? And I think there's just some confusion out there, so I wanted to explain the difference and why you would use them. Casting and stabilizing are two very different processes, and they both use very different setups. First, we're going to talk about stabilizing. Why would you need to stabilize wood? That's a great question. And the reason is sometimes you'll have wood that's punky or light, not turnable, not usable in any way, and it might be considered a waste wood. For example, this is a burl block that probably could have never been turned or machined, but by stabilizing it, we can harden the wood, we can color it, we can do all kinds of fun stuff and make it usable. And what that does is, this is a burl chunk, and we're going to use this for a hybrid cast later, but this on its own could not be used. It was too light, it would just come apart. And when we stabilize, we take a stabilizing chamber and we fill it with the wood that we want to stabilize, and we vacuum the air out. So a stabilizing chamber vacuums the air out and pulls the stabilizing resin in, replacing it. And a good visual is if you took a sponge and held it underwater and squeezed it, all that air would come out. And then when you let go, it fills with water. That's kind of what we're doing with stabilizing. So we're making useless wood good for turning and other projects. Now, a cool thing you can do in stabilizing is not only make the wood solid and usable, but you can also dye it. So you see this was a piece of burl and it has kind of a green tone. This was another piece that has more of a reddish, purplish tone. You can leave it natural or you can dye it in the chamber, stabilizing it. What you need to stabilize wood is a stabilizing chamber. We recommend the Cactus Juice Stabilizing Chamber from Turntex. We also use the Cactus Juice Stabilizing Resin. There are dyes available for stabilizing. They're stabilizing specific. You don't want to use them in any other type of resin. This is what they're made for. You'll also need a vacuum pump, which can be sourced at a number of places. But this is a pretty basic setup: chamber, resin, and wood. Lastly, you would need an oven, and the oven cures the stabilizing resin and makes the block hard. The process to pull out all that air can take anywhere from 30 minutes or an hour to many, many hours, depending on the wood. Some wood will literally have air coming out for 10, 12 hours, and you want to keep it running until all the air has been removed. Once you're done with that and the air has been removed, you put it in an oven to heat it up to the internal temperature of 185 for at least 10 minutes. And that is what hardens the resin. Now, it can take longer in the oven because it takes longer to heat the center up than it does the outside. Casting is a totally different process in which we're filling a chamber with compressed air. We're pressurizing the chamber. Now, the reason you would do that is when you mix up resin, you have air in it. And if you have air in your blocks, when you go to turn, you'll have holes and voids. So you want to compress them to get it all the way as small as you can. Those air bubbles, they're so small you can't ever see them, which is what the pressure pot does. Casting resin can be a variety of types. There's urethanes, there's epoxies, there's even polyesters, and you can use all of those in a pressure pot. Unlike stabilizing, where there's one type of resin for that, you do have options for this, and that'll give you different working times, different textures for turning or other carving, and you can really tailor it to what your project is. There's also a variety of dyes and micas, so you can get really cool colors and mixtures. You can get flat solid colors or mica colors that have shimmer to them. And the options are endless with those colors and dyes. What do you need to get started casting? Now, casting is a little more of an investment up front. You need a pressure pot, and there's a variety of sizes. We actually carry 3 different sizes at Turner's Warehouse. You need resin, you need molds, you need mold release, you need a scale, cups, stirring sticks, a lot of little consumable items that you'll use constantly. So the investment is a little larger. You'll of course need a compressor. I don't typically list that because most of us have a compressor in our shops already, but you do need all those things to cast properly. I get asked all the time, can I vacuum stuff in my pressure pot and can I cast stuff in my vacuum chamber? And the answer is no. These are made for their specific functions. Please don't try to use them for the wrong thing. You'll not only damage the pot, you could hurt yourself. It's just not worth the the risk. Now, are these two processes ever used together? Yes, they are. A lot of times we like to make what we call hybrid blanks. Hybrid blanks usually feature a piece of wood that's been stabilized. So maybe I would take this burl and stabilize it, and then I would put it in a mold and fill that with resin. And that's how I can get these really cool blocks where I have green wood and mixed resin. And this gives it a really cool look. This creates something super unique. It can be used for turnings, for knife making, for tool making, for anything you want, jewelry. But it really gives you endless options, and it's cool to take wood that's really cool but not usable and make it really, really functional. So I hope this answers some of your questions on stabilizing versus casting. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to us or comment below. We do carry all these supplies at Turner's Warehouse. I'll go ahead and put the links in the description below, and you can check that out. If you have any other questions, reach out to us. We'll see you later.